You know, in a world that's wired for speed, the future doesn't really wait around. It just happens in a flash. And today, that flash is more like a lightning strike, hitting right at the heart of the AI revolution. I mean, this is a move that could change absolutely everything. So we've combed through literally 2,400 news articles from the last 24 hours to pull the critical signals out of all that noise. These are the stories shaping our world right now. Okay, let's get into it. So here's our game plan. First up, we'll blast through the day's biggest headlines. Then, we're going to dive deep into this new AI Cold War. After that, we follow the money, see who's winning, who's losing, and understand the real-world fallout. Finally, we'll give you the actionable edge you need before we look at what the future holds. All right, first up, your high-speed briefing. Let's hit the headlines. The news is moving incredibly fast today. OpenAI just dropped GPT-5.4, a huge leap forward. At the same time, the Pentagon is in a legal clash with Anthropic, one of its own AI champions. Apple's new budget MacBook Neo completely sold out. Meanwhile, the conflict in the Middle East is grounding global travel. On the flip side, Samsung is seeing a massive surge in sales for its Galaxy S26. We're also seeing big growth in the adoption of enterprise AI agents. But, and this is a big one, hardware supply shortages just won't let up. And get this, new social media age verification laws are kicking up some major pushback. To top it all off, AI-powered cybersecurity threats are on the rise, and a lot of major tech companies are now starting to worry about something called AI debt. Okay, let's zoom in on the biggest story of the day. A new front has opened up in the AI race, and it's not between countries or companies, it's inside the US itself. This is what innovation under serious pressure looks like. So this is the central question, isn't it? The one everyone is asking today. Why on earth would the Pentagon put one of its own, a leading American AI company like Anthropic, right in its crosshairs? And right here, this is the heart of the conflict. On one side, the Pentagon sees a supply chain risk. They're effectively banning Anthropic from military use over security fears. But at the exact same time, the company is absolutely exploding in popularity. We're talking over 1 million new signups every single day. It's a perfect storm of national security anxiety meeting unstoppable market demand. And it really raises a huge question about the future of public-private AI partnerships in the West. You know, this whole situation really captures the dilemma facing the entire tech industry. How do you possibly balance this breakneck speed of innovation with the very real, very serious demands of regulation and national security? This isn't just about Anthropic. It's a massive warning shot to every other major player in the game. So, how is all this turmoil playing out in the markets? Well, when giants like these collide, you can bet the financial shockwaves are felt immediately. Today's market is really a story of sharp contrasts. In the winner's circle, you've got OpenAI with its new model, of course. And Apple and Samsung are proving that AI-powered hardware is exactly what consumers want right now. But on the losing side, the fallout is clear. Anthropic is obviously taking a hit from the Pentagon. Oracle is shedding jobs trying to pivot to AI, and the whole travel industry is just getting hammered by the conflict in the Middle East. Plus, legacy hardware is still feeling the pain from supply chain issues. And if you want just one number that tells you everything about investor confidence today, look at this. Shares of chipmaker Marvell skyrocketed 18%. Why? Because of the immense, just insatiable demand for the hardware that powers this whole AI revolution. The market is betting big, and I mean big, on the picks and shovels of the AI gold rush. But stock prices only tell part of the story. In a landscape this volatile, who are the real people, the companies, the groups that are actually feeling the impact of these seismic shifts? So let's widen the lens a bit and look at the ripple effects across the globe and across all the different groups involved. The impact here is just incredibly varied. For enterprises and startups, it's a total double-edged sword. You get these powerful new tools, but you also have a minefield of new risks to navigate. Consumers? Well, they're getting exciting new products, but their travel plans might be totally grounded. But look at the clear negative sentiment for governments. They are really struggling to keep up, both with cybersecurity and with the geopolitical fallout. And all of this uncertainty is making investors pretty cautious. And this impact looks totally different depending on where you are in the world. The US is mixed. Yeah, it's leading in AI innovation, but it's also tying itself up in regulatory knots. Contrast that with China, where the sentiment is positive, thanks to strong state support that's just fueling its AI and manufacturing sectors. The EU, it remains neutral, taking a much more cautious, regulation-first approach. It's a multipolar tech world now, and it seems like everyone is playing by a different set of rules. So here's why this matters. The wall that used to exist between the tech world and geopolitics, it's completely crumbled. A conflict halfway around the world can now instantly halt your travel, spike your energy bill, and delay the gadgets you want to buy. A strategic rethink isn't just a good idea anymore, it's happening right now out of pure necessity. Okay, so what does all of this actually mean for you? Let's boil it all down into your actionable edge. All right, let's break it down. For developers, it is time to master the new agentic AI platforms. These are the AIs that can actually do things, not just talk. For founders, the message is loud and clear. Innovate fearlessly with AI, but build your company to be resilient to regulation from day one. Enterprise leaders, you need to accelerate your AI adoption, but you have to be incredibly careful about vendor risk. Ask the hard questions. And for investors, your stock ticker is now directly tied to the world map. You have to watch policy shifts just as closely as you watch earnings reports. And finally, let's look ahead. Where are all these powerful trends actually taking us? In the short term, say the next 3 to 6 months, expect a weird paradox. AI automation in the workplace is going to accelerate like never before, even as the risks from regulation and fragile supply chains get way more intense. Looking out a bit further, over the next 6 to 18 months, the geopolitical tensions we're seeing today will create new realities. They're going to force major realignments in tech supply chains and really spark a true multipolar power struggle for AI dominance. Which leaves us with one final and I think critical question. We've established that AI is now both an indispensable tool for progress and a powerful geopolitical weapon. So, looking forward, where will the next battle line be drawn? For deeper analysis and daily updates on all the stories that are shaping our future, be sure to visit newsbite.tech.